Hey everyone, thanks so much for joining us virtually for our junior college information session for the class of 2023. We are so excited for all that is in store for you all starting this summer and next year, and just wanted to use this as an opportunity to go ahead and convey some important information that you can start working on now as rising seniors to get you ready for senior year. So again, welcome and thank you for joining us. Senior year will be here before you know it, and your page counselors want to help get you ready. So we'll go through this important information and ways that you can prepare right now. As a reminder, your counselors are listed here on the screen. We have Miss Sims, who is A through CO, Miss Leonard, CP through GO, myself, Miss McCauley, GP through JO, Mr. Freeman is JP through ME, Miss Bernard, MF through PR, Miss Palazzi, PS through TE, and Miss Dawkins, TF through Z. So we work with those particular alphabetical caseloads, but we are always here to help. Our doors are always open, so feel free to reach out to any of us. As a reminder, your administrators are listed up here, our amazing principal, Mr. Nagley, and our four incredible assistant principals, Dr. Mutawali, Mr. Motley, Miss Hudson, and Miss Moore. We also have an incredible team of support personnel, including Miss Yancey, who's our career and college manager and GAP program contact, Miss Hackney, who's our AP/IB coordinator, Mr. Brown, our social worker, and Miss Flowers, who's our community liaison. So you're welcome to reach out to any of these people at any time. We're all here to help you. So, important place to start. On our website, we have tons of important information, and we are posting that under the junior announcements page. So you will go to the page website, go to departments, click on counseling, and then you will click on junior announcements over to the left-hand side. You should also join Remind if you haven't already. So text the number 81010 with the message at page HS23 to join that Remind group. And that's for students and parents. As a reminder, graduation requirements. We are going to start meeting with you all in the beginning of the school year to go over the requirements that you have met and the ones you still have remaining for graduation. So you need to have 4 English credits, 1 every year, 4 math credits, 3 science credits, including earth science, biology, and a physical science like physics or chemistry. Social studies, you need to have 4 social studies credits, which needs to be civics, world, American history 1 and 2, or AP US history and a 4th social studies. Tons of great options there. So we have African American history, sociology, AP psychology, AP human geography, tons of options for that 4th social studies. If you haven't already, we need to make sure you get health and PE as well as CPR. Most students took CPR in 8th grade if you're coming from, if you came from a public middle school. If not, we will definitely let you know if you're missing that credit. And then electives. You need 6 total electives, 2 foreign language of the same language if you're applying to a 4-year college. But those 6 electives can come from any different area. It could be an academic elective like sociology. It could be 4 years of Spanish and 2 others. So we can kind of mix and match those electives. But that gives us a total of 22 credits that you need to cross that stage. So juniors, current juniors, rising seniors, there are some scholarships that are available only for you. So take advantage of these right now before senior year. So check out Raise Me, which is a website listed here that you can earn scholarships to a number of colleges just by adding in achievements that you've done throughout high school. Invite your counselor and we can verify those for you. College Board Opportunity Scholarships, you can earn chances for scholarships by preparing for college and the SAT. All you have to do is have an account and go ahead and log in there and register for those scholarships. And you need to join those ASAP this year to be eligible for those scholarships before senior year starts. This is an example of Raise Me, where you log in, put your achievements, and earn scholarships. Pretty straightforward. Who doesn't love free money? So definitely take advantage of that. We've got that there. Here's another example of the College Board scholarships that we've got right here. Again, you just go in and build, practice, explore, etc., and those add up to scholarship money. All right. So preparing for senior year and beyond. So we know that your junior grades are extremely important. If you had a rough year, we are here to help. So reach out to your counselors this summer. We are here to help and want to make sure you're on track for senior year. If you're involved in extracurricular activities, work, community service, you definitely want to have longevity and involvement in those that you can include on your resume. You'll also want to go ahead and check your college course requirements. Some colleges require chemistry rather than physics or physical science. A lot of South Carolina schools require an arts elective, and some schools ask instead of 2 years to have 3 or 4 years of foreign language. As a reminder, public North Carolina institutions like UNC, NC State, all of those schools have a 2.5 weighted GPA minimum requirement, and we have recently learned that SAT and ACT scores will be waived for another year, which is great news. Private schools typically require a 2.0 GPA or higher, but they can be a little bit more flexible. And community colleges have no minimum requirements besides getting that high school diploma. All right, so we all know what's on the horizon, applying to college. Main thing to remember, deadlines do matter. They are so important. It's important to go ahead and grab your planner or your calendar and start mapping out those deadlines. We have a portal for you to request your transcripts. Unfortunately, as counselors, we are not able to email transcripts or send them directly to colleges through email, but we have this lovely platform called ScribOrder, where you can go ahead and request those transcripts to be sent to colleges and universities, as well as scholarship organizations, and that gets sent directly to them, an official transcript. We will have a senior parent night in August. We're excited to get that on the calendar. And we'll also be having senior bulletins and a senior packet at the beginning of the year that include tons of important information. We will post them on the counseling department website, and they'll also be posted in your senior English class. We always hold some great workshops like how to apply and financial aid in September. And we also have tons of amazing colleges coming to visit Page. This year we had a mix of in-person and virtual. Hopefully this year we'll have even more in person. You will be required to sign up ahead of time to make sure that you are registered. So that will also be on our Page Counseling website and on Canvas. Also, as seniors, when underclassmen are testing, you have senior opportunity days to go visit colleges, check out internships, whatever it may be. So definitely keep an eye out for those opportunity days as they come up. And another important date to mark on your calendar, College Application Week. This is hosted by CFNC, and this coming year for 2022, it will be October 17th through October 21st. Please mark this on your calendar. A lot of amazing schools are on there, and you can apply for free through CFNC during this week. Just remember, it does cut off at 5:00 p.m. on that last day, October 21st. So we don't want to procrastinate on that. So as we get ready to talk about applying to college, it's a good question. What are colleges looking for? They are definitely going to be checking out your essays. Do not skip optional essays. If it says optional, think not optional, required. Don't skimp on your responses, because the essay is going to be the main way they can get to know you, hear your voice, and learn about who you are. Same thing, recommendations. You'll need one from teachers and one from counselors. You can always have more than that, but you definitely want to have those. And it's very important to go ahead and plan to ask who you're going to ask, and ask them well in advance. We ask for at least 2 weeks notice, so that way we can write you a glowing letter of recommendation. Activities. We started to mention this, but are you involved? Are you passionate? How long have you been involved in that activity? Do you have any leadership roles? Do you have positions that you can show growth throughout? Have you won an award? So show what you're involved in, add that to your resume, and definitely add it to your college application. Transcript. We will, in the beginning of the year, once we meet with you, give you a copy of your transcript. And this is what colleges are going to be looking for. Are you consistent? Do you have an upward trend? Have you shown a depth of interest, meaning you've taken multiple classes in a similar content area? Are you taking rigorous courses or challenging yourself? And if not, how can you stand out in a different way? Interviews. A lot of schools are not requiring interviews, but sometimes they do. And sometimes schools will track demonstrated interest or expressed interest. That basically means, have you shown interest in that campus? Have you visited? Have you contacted the admissions counselor? Have you followed up, gone to their college visit here at Page? Sometimes schools are tracking those like magic brownie points to help boost your application. Also, parents and guardians, you should not be doing the application. Students, you definitely want to be doing this application yourself. If your parent is calling them the college more than you are, that doesn't always look so good. So make sure you're taking charge here and you're advocating for yourself in this process, students. Timeliness. Did you get everything in on time? Deadlines, what did we say? Deadlines do matter. So make sure you get things in on time. And then lastly, schools will look at your GPA, SAT or ACT, standardized tests, and your class rank. So they could be looking at a lot of different things, but the main thing is you want to make yourself stand out and let the college admissions counselors get to know you and who you are in whatever way you can. So now is the time to start preparing for these applications. Resumes. You will need to have this in your senior English class next year, but it's time to start working on it now. Common App essays are live, so you can go Google Common App and look at those essays and start working on them now. Reach out to your teachers, reach out to your counselors, ask for those recommendations so we have plenty of time to start collecting that information for you. Transcripts, you'll need to request those on Scriborder. The only other way we can send transcripts is through Common App. So if you're not applying on Common App, you'll need to request that transcript on Scriborder, because remember, we are not able to send those via email. SAT or ACT scores, SAT subject tests if necessary. A lot of colleges are kind of steering away from that now. Supplemental scholarship forms or applications if they're required, the FAFSA, which stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, and other financial aid forms like the CSS profile and things like that. You can start working on those right now. RDS, Residency Determination Service, that is what gives you in-state tuition for being a North Carolina resident, and fee or fee waivers for SAT, ACT for college applications. For fee waivers, you will need to meet certain income requirements, but just reach out to your counselor if you think you may qualify. So you've probably heard me kind of tossing around some of these terms, but Common App, you can go ahead and make your account right now. This is a platform that a lot of schools are using now, like State, Chapel Hill, Elon, Davidson, Duke, Wake Forest, High Point, UVA. Tons of schools are already on Common App, and you have one common application for all schools and then supplemental questions or applications for each school. So you fill out all your basic information one time and then fill out the additional supplemental pieces for each individual school. Common App does require a counselor recommendation, so you'll need to add your counselor, make sure you spell their name right, and their email, and send that on over to us. CFNC is the College Foundation of North Carolina. That is the organization that hosts our free application week in October for you to mark your calendar. Most North Carolina colleges are on CFNC. It does require less writing, and your biographical information will be auto-filled, but you will have to complete an application for each individual school. Go ahead and check out the list of schools that will be participating so you can plan ahead which schools you can apply to for free. Some schools are also on the Coalition app, which is similar to Common App, but generally a little less intuitive. But Coalition is a great platform. It's very similar to Common App. And then the Common Black College application, you can apply to up to any number of 53 HBCUs at one time for just $35. So this is a great opportunity if you're interested in attending a historically Black college or university. This is a great way to get those applications in. All right, so we know the SAT and ACT requirement has been waived, but it is important to go ahead and kind of get a baseline for this. We will offer, like we have in the past, SAT and ACT, but you can also take it on your own. So you can see on your screen the test dates and the deadline to register. There are a couple over the summer in August, I guess that's actually after school starts, but and then throughout the fall and into the spring. The same is true for the ACT. Again, there are some summer dates and then throughout the fall and spring as well. So we talked a little bit about FAFSA. It does open on October 1st, but you have to complete this in order to be eligible for Say Yes. Say Yes Guilford is an opportunity for students to get tuition covered or paid for, and it has to be completed, within 5 years of high school graduation. We'll go into that a little bit more here in a second, but to be able to file Say Yes, you have to have filed the FAFSA. So you'll need to have your tax information from the 2021 tax year to complete the FAFSA, as well as an FSA ID, which stands for Federal Student Aid ID. You'll need to have one for you, the student, and for parent or guardian as well. You can apply for that and fill that out on studentaid.gov. I always say, make sure you write it down, put it on a neon sticky note, put it in a baggie, stick it in the freezer, or someplace you know you will never lose it. Say Yes, like I said, is a way to cover some tuition. So just make sure, check that out. We'll go into that a little bit more. But remember also, many colleges have October 15th or November 1st or December 1st deadlines for applications and big scholarships. So it is way better to start thinking about scholarships and applying for those early rather than later. And when you get your financial aid package at the school of your choice, you can always appeal a financial aid package if you feel like they have not given you the aid that you need, or you need a little bit more, or work study, whatever it may be. You can always reach out to their financial aid office and appeal that decision. All right, military and athletes. Military applications for different academies, those nominations are due by October 31st. You will really need to be ahead of this date for all the paperwork that's required. This needs to be updated, but Ms. Dawkins, our lovely military liaison, can provide contact information for recruiters from all branches. And remember, if you are a male and 18, you must register for the Selective Service to be eligible for federal financial aid. Now, any athletes out there, you will also need to register with the NCAA Eligibility Center and speak with your coaches. And you'll need to talk with Ms. Sims about getting official documents sent to the NCAA. Okay, so this is a lot of information, right? But you're like, Miss McCauley, please just tell me, what can I start doing now? Well, first things first, you can start developing your resume, start working on that Common App essay. You will want to spend a lot of time on this, make it really shine. My biggest secret recommendation is always, after you've written it, read it out loud, because that is the way that you can really start to hear your voice and also catch any little grammar mistakes you might have missed. You'll also need to take the SAT. I should say you might want to take the SAT. If you have a fee waiver, again, you have to meet income requirements, but you can show Medicaid or a free and reduced lunch form for this. And this gives you access to at least 8 college applications fee waivers, which could save you so much money. A lot of schools are charging $50 to $75 to $100 to apply. We recommend taking the SAT or ACT at least twice before August. You should have taken it this year at Page, but we recommend taking it again. And then start making that list. Grab your planner, grab your calendar, make a list of deadlines. Again, October, November, December are pretty busy time for deadlines. Check out senior bulletins from this year so you can see scholarships that will be coming up at the beginning of the year. Again, just go to the Page website, click on departments, click on counseling, and you can see those senior announcements and senior bulletins. If you're an athlete, you can go ahead and make an account with that NCAA clearinghouse so you can be looked at by recruiters. And this summer, you can start visiting campuses. Remember that it's going to be a little bit quieter because it's summertime and students are not necessarily on campus, but go ahead and start visiting those schools. If you're on a trip, swing by a campus that you might be interested in and take a tour or do your own self-guided tour. Start checking out those colleges. Some great resources, CFNC, which we've mentioned, College Board, the SAT website has a great college search tool, ACT, Occupational Outlook Handbook. If you're like, Miss McCauley, I'm not convinced I want to go to college, that is totally fine. And we want to help you find what is the best fit for you. So you can check out the Occupational Outlook Handbook or email your counselor and set up a meeting. Peterson's has college and scholarship information. We have our senior bulletins, our Page counseling website and Canvas page, college visits. Many colleges will be coming this fall. Also check out Say Yes Guilford, which we're going to talk about on the next slide, and FAFSA and FastWeb, both scholarship resources. So here is a little bit more about Say Yes public school eligibility. So if you take a look at this chart, any household income that is $40,000 and under, and you were enrolled as a student in Guilford County Schools by 9th grade, full tuition balance can be paid after other Pell, state, and institutional aid. So this can be a full tuition scholarship for people who fall in that income category. If you move on over, if you make between $40,000 and $1 and $75,000, you must be enrolled since 6th grade, and this can cover up to $4,500 towards tuition. And then again, next level up, if you're enrolled by 4th grade and make between $75 and $1 and $100,000, you can earn or have up to $2,250 towards your remaining tuition balance. So this is a great opportunity, free money. Just go ahead and fill this out. I'm telling you, it takes 5 minutes after you've submitted the FAFSA. So easy, and you could get a grant and this tuition assistance. So Say Yes also works with certain private schools. Again, you have to have that family income requirement met, but there's also a Say Yes Choice Grant where students can get a certain amount of money, either $5,000 from this local scholarship fund and different areas. So there's a whole list, 86 private schools across the country that have a partnership with Say Yes, that can help cover tuition and costs. So why not get that free money? So I know we went through a lot of information fairly quickly, but your counselors are here to help. Ms. Sims, Ms. Leonard, myself, Mr. Freeman, Ms. Bernard, Ms. Palazzi, and Ms. Dawkins. We are so excited to help you and come alongside you as you start your senior year. We are here, we're here to help, and we can't wait to see all that you accomplish this summer and in your senior year. So class of 2023, get excited for an exciting and big senior year and keep dreaming big this summer. We can't wait to see you in the fall.